Hello class, we meet again. So there was an interesting session going on and I'm to stretch on the concept of delta y, delta t plus factor. So what I make the student understand on dy by dt. A rotate question, teachers do know and teachers do impress upon this fact to make them understand the differential between symbolic representations, which is what to us delta y by delta t or delta v by delta t. We write it as average acceleration v. Then dv by dt. We write it as instantaneous acceleration v. And we ask question, therefore the particle stops somewhere and you look at the particle at that time. What can you comment on its acceleration? Generally the answer, particularly for the ones who are just passed out, will be particle was at rest, so acceleration will be 0. Acceleration will be 0. And that is what we get as ammunition. Because we are looking for fodder. We get fodder, we get ammunition. To make them understand relation between moment and dt. Yes, A is dv by dt, which it is, A is dv by dt. Now, dv by dt, as you saw, v to be 0, you got an impression, must be 0. You write 0. Teacher says, no, it will not be 0. Why? Because force is continuously acting on it. If force is continuously acting on it, acceleration is force divided by mass. So force divided by mass, we get as g. It will be g. So what we have to from here understand is relation between dt and the moment. Yes, dt is small, very small. dt is small, very small. But the time of observation, the period for which you observed and you found that the particle is at rest. If you are assuming that that is the time of your observation and in the time of observation the particle was at rest, then you can develop an equation, an inequality between the two, which is what to say that dt, however small it is small, but is larger than your observation time. In observation time was not changing, in dt it should change. Try to establish that connect, class. It is important for us to get the difference between truth and near truth. So when you distinguish, it is retained by memory. Try to understand the differential. This is for the time being. Thank you.